Zup gamers, welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me. And today we have another dev update for you. Anyways, if you would like to take a look at this yourself, I highly recommend you check this out and even bookmark it. It's very important information if you want to get a little more competitive and serious about this game. I'll leave a link to it down below in the description for you. And then also, I have made videos for most of their dev update posts that they've made, and so if you'd like to get up to speed on all those, I have a playlist that I'll leave a link to right up here, and go ahead and check that out, and that'll get you caught up on everything you need to know about battleaces. And if you enjoy this, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below. I'd very much appreciate it, and that'd help me out a ton. Let's get into this. This is the dev update from November 14th, and it's the detailed unit stats. So if you've been playing this game, you know that they don't have any detailed stats in-game or in any of the menus in the game. And, there's been a little bit of controversy about that. And I totally understand them not wanting to overwhelm new players and just keep it simple and easy to understand for them. But I also feel the urge, as many people do, to get these numbers and stats and, kind of pore over these and figure out, get a better feel of the way the game works, and each of these units work. We took some time to get you unit stats that are currently missing in the game, and we do have plans to add these to the game in the future. I'm very glad that they are kind of adapting to the way the community feels. They've been offering us a lot of good feedback, and they've been very honest and transparent with us, and they've just offered a lot of communication between them and the fan base, which is super awesome to see always. Health, speed, damage, range, and splash radius should be straightforward to understand. I definitely agree with that. There's definitely other ways that you could break down all these numbers and stats, but just these base numbers should be good enough, I think, for most people, and then you can kind of use the other parts of the game that we already know about to extrapolate even further. Cycle is the delay between attacks in seconds, so basically just their attack speed, which will then help you to calculate and figure out the damage per second, the DPS. And then attack modifier is plus X% damage to the target. And then they give an example here. I won't go over that. I definitely encourage you to look at this more in depth if you like. And then they say if there are multiple attack modifiers, the percentages add up. And they give another example here, and all that makes good sense to me. It seems pretty intuitive if you kind of have a general idea and understanding of the way these types of things usually work in games. Then, as you can see here, we have the core unit stats, the foundry units, advanced foundry, Starforge, advanced Starforge units. So all the units are here to take a closer look at for yourself. And if you click on these, it'll pull up a separate window to enhance or magnify it, so you can see everything in much better detail there. And then, so as you can see here, we have all the core units, and then their health is listed here, speed here, damage, cycle, range, splash radius for some of the other units. None of the core units do any splash damage. I'm not sure why there's a ballista here, so I think that's a little bit of a mistake there, but not a big deal. And then attack modifier, and then the target of the attack modifier. So something like the Hunter is one of your anti-air units, and so it's got a 2.72 attack modifier against air units. And then it looks like the Wasp has a negative attack modifier against the expansions, so that's kind of cool. That's good to see. And then it looks like the Wasp has a lot of different modifiers here. And then it's actually got a bonus attack modifier against the recalls in particular. So that's pretty interesting. And then an attack modifier, -1 against the workers also. And then so just a few things I want to highlight and point out, things that I thought were kind of interesting. The crab has the most HP next to the knight, but the knight costs twice as much as the crab. So I think that's kind of interesting. So I've kind of been enjoying using the crab as, a pseudo tank unit. The other interesting thing is the knight is considered a big unit, meaning it doesn't do as well against things like destroyers and other anti-big units. So I've kind of struggled to use the knight because the knight actually isn't nearly as tanky as something like the crab, even though the knight I thought was supposed to be more of a tank unit. However, the knight does have a very fast attack speed and pretty high damage as well. So the knight has really solid DPS actually, as well as good movement speed, but it has lower attack range. So I have found ways to make the knight work. It's definitely a little better now that they've buffed up the HP on it. And so it's kind of interesting with the DPS potential that it has. And then here we have the foundry units. And then a few things I found interesting here is the turret is actually much tankier than I realized. Sitting at 5,000 HP, it has even more health than the King Crab even. And I don't even think it's considered a big unit actually. So to me, I've found a lot of success using the turrets. They're not the best unit by any means, but I've had a lot of fun using them, and I found that they can be pretty good. And they can put out pretty good damage too. They have a decent DPS here, and a lot of range, and pretty good splash radius as well. So they can definitely be pretty strong. And then here is the Advanced Foundry, and the crazy thing here to me is the Heavy Ballista has just a crazy amount of DPS with 600 damage and 0.7 attack speed, and it's also pretty beefy. However, it is labeled a big unit, so it will die pretty quickly to things like the destroyers and whatnot. And the sniper is also a pretty good AoE damage unit as well, with pretty good DPS. Not nearly as good as the Heavy Ballista, but it does have more than twice the range here at 23. So obviously the sniper is a very strong unit as well, especially if you're trying to take out something like the mortar. The sniper has, I believe, the longest range in the game, along with the advanced destroyer. That's definitely something to keep in mind. Then here's the Starforge units, and I thought the flak turret's kind of interesting here. I haven't found much success. I've tried using it. It's crazy to me that this actually has 1,000 damage per shot, and its attack speed is 0.9. That gives it pretty crazy DPS. However, it's all only single target damage. To me, I just don't feel like the single target damage is quite as useful, because there's just a lot of different ways for your opponent to kind of get around that. The Mammoth, I think, is one of the best tank units in the game. It's got really high HP, of course, and it's got the big label, so it will take extra damage from destroyers and whatnot, but it should be able to survive at least one hit. Mammoth also has a really good speed. It's got pretty good DPS as well, and it's got 6 range, which I think is probably the best part about it. It's got 6 range, which is considerably more than the Crusader, so I think it's just got a lot going for it. And then the Falcon also recently got a buff to now be 3,300 HP, and that adds up quick over time as you build these up and mass the Falcons. So I think the Falcon is back. It's very strong, tanky air unit, and it's like the one unit that can fight back against the tier 1 anti-air. So definitely give that a try. And then finally, we have here the Advanced Starforge units. And currently my favorite units in this are the Artillery and Advanced Destroyer. If you use these together, it can be difficult to get into your tier 3, but if you're able to get there, these two combo extremely well together. The Advanced Destroyer has the extreme range of 23. Artillery also has pretty good range of 18 here, and they both just have pretty good DPS. They're slow moving, but you put these together and they just annihilate just about everything. So that's been a ton of fun for me in the last day or two using these. So I highly recommend giving those a try. But then also recently I've been trying out the Cat Bus, and if you pair that up with some other units that are going to take down your opponent's anti-air, and you kind of protect your Cat Bus is going to just run everything over and annihilate everything. It can be extremely difficult for your opponents to take it down since it's got so much HP. And then it also has pretty good movement speed too, actually, at 7.88 there. And then obviously its damage is just crazy, so definitely give the Cat Bus a try as well if you haven't. So anyways, there you have it. Just want to make sure everybody knew about these stats and that they're available now. So definitely check this out. Probably even bookmark this. This will just be a lot of really good information for you to pour over and dive into. Once again, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this, please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. I'd very much appreciate that, and that helps me out a ton. Anyways, thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you again soon in the next one.